Then the official Call of Duty asked in a Twitter poll, right? The official one, they asked, do you want to increase the TTK in Warzone? And people said yes, they voted. And then they increased the TTK, right? So they were listening to the community, they were making changes. And then this new game comes, and every single thing they changed, listening to their community, they completely disregard. It's just like, are you fucking What's up, peeps? Today we've got a very important video, the future of Warzone 2.0. And let me tell you, it's not looking that great. Because regardless of whether you love the game or you hate it, those are just opinions. But there is something that doesn't lie. Numbers. Numbers don't lie. And the numbers I'm about to show you guys are very concerning. Let's jump right into this video. And as well, special shout out to my newest members who give me a huge extra support to the channel. And you can become one for as low as 99 cents a month. Link is in the description. So here's what I got. And I got this tweet from a Swag that he just posted this, and this is where I got my idea from. And just do keep in mind that these are only PC numbers. This is just based off of Steam, right? So it says a combination of 416,000 players jumped into Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, the sequel to the Battle Royale title. And 4 days later, both titles reached a combined peak of 488,000, right? Almost 500,000 players 4 days later, right? So that was like the peak of Warzone 2.0. Concurrent players on November 20th, right? So usually after this, like with Warzone 1, the more people start playing and the more people love the game, well, the game should continue to grow. But this was not the case. As you guys can see right here, we're now barely 18 days removed from Warzone 2's debut, and December 7th, right now, which is what the report was made, reported that 217,000 players logged onto both titles on Steam. That's a loss of 271,000 users and counting, representing approximately a 56 reduction in players. And this had nothing to do with, it was, you know, one was a weekend, one was not, this, that. I'm going to show you guys here. JGod actually posted another picture right here showing the dates and the number of losses of people. So when the game first released, as you guys can see right here, 450,000 players were playing. Then this was 9 days later, we got on the November 23rd, we got 323,000. You guys can see almost 130,000 players less. Then you got a week later after that, 270,000. So that's 50,000 players left. Then you got a week more after that, 217,000 players. That's again another 55,000 players less. Then we got another week after that, and that was 184,000 players, 32,000 less. As you guys can see right here, the 24-hour peak update is just at 191,000. As you guys can see there, it continue to decrease, and right now we got a little bit of a peak. Probably has to do with the update that just came out, Season 1 Reloaded. And like I said, opinions are opinions, right? You could love this game, you can hate this game, but at the end of the day, those numbers are real. And Call of Duty Warzone 2.0 is in big trouble, because if they don't fix this, those numbers will continue to go down and down and down until there is no more Warzone 2.0 to play. And just for the people wondering how Warzone 1 did, well, as you guys can see right here, Call of Duty Warzone player count when it first released. So within the 24 hours of release on March 10th, 2020, which was the original Warzone 1, multiplayer sensation Call of Duty Warzone amassed 6 million active players worldwide. And obviously the next one we're going to be talking about is the downloads, but this number grew to surpass 100 million downloads after only 13 months. It was the fastest downloaded battle royale ever, even faster downloaded than Fortnite, which was a huge sensation. Now, obviously, there are some other things to attribute to this, right? It was the quarantine, right? There was a lot more players available to play and stuff like that. But nevertheless, a lot of people also say this, it was quarantine. But if you guys didn't know, Apex came out first, then Warzone, and there was Fortnite. So why did people play Warzone and not Apex? Why didn't Apex get 6 million active players when it first came out? Why wasn't it the fastest battle royale downloaded? Why was it Call of Duty? There was multiple battle royale games out in quarantine, so that wasn't the answer. I think the answer to that is that Warzone 1 gave a very different approach to what other battle royales have to offer, right? Number one was the aggressiveness and the big bomb gameplays. I think that's when it started exploding on YouTube. People just saying, oh my God, I dropped 20 kills, 30 bombs. That wasn't heard of, right? PUBG, Apex, all those games, you really never heard of people getting 30 kills in one game. So that is what started it, right? Also the gulag, right? The ability that if you die, you go to the gulag, that's there, right? That was one of the new things. The money environment in the game, right? You being able to do contracts and pick up money and then go to the buy station and buy kill streaks by your friends. That was also another thing. The third thing, which was different, was the loadouts. That was one of the huge things, because the good thing about Call of Duty, what people love, one of the best things, is create a class, right? Create a class is like the staple of Call of Duty. You have a great create a class system. If you have great weapons, that is one of the things that makes Call of Duty amazing. Mostly as well, because to be honest, the guns feel amazing in Call of Duty, especially Warzone 1, which was Modern Warfare 2020. So the ability to get your loadout, your customized loadout in the game, was unique to all the other ones. And yes, I know there's some people that say, oh, I hated Verdansk, I hated this and that about Warzone 1. But at the end of the day, everybody that plays Warzone 1, 2 right now, and everybody that played Warzone 1, everybody loved Warzone 1. There might have been, again, like I said, some minor details that you don't like the camping in Verdansk downtown and certain things like that. But at the end of the day, if you played Warzone 1 and you continue to play it, you loved it, right? I mean, that was the game to play. Everybody in the world was playing it. So if you guys have ever heard something called there's no need to reinvent the wheel, I really don't understand what their need was to change their whole formula of Warzone. Because again, Warzone was failing. After Verdansk came out and they had a bunch of things, Warzone started going downhill. A bunch of streamers left it. It started going downhill. It didn't get the same amount of views on Twitch when there was a new update and things like that. But there's two reasons. Number one, the reason why a streamer stopped playing and why it became whack was because of the hackers. That's what infested Verdansk, and that is what made a lot of people leave. Now, after that, they said they were going to fix it, then no more hackers and all that. When they released their anti-hacks was when they came with another controversial thing, Caldera. Now, you may love or hate Caldera, but the thing is that they didn't give you a choice. So they put Caldera in, and they took Verdansk completely out. So again, another error. I was one of those players that never played Caldera. Like, I played it a couple of times and it was just so bad. I mean, not only that, it was filled with bugs, filled with crap. I mean, you can't even play that thing. I mean, it was just unplayable at first, and I just also didn't like the map, anything like that. And again, I couldn't play Verdansk because, well, they took the option out. So after that, the game continued to go spiraling down until people only played Rebirth and some Fortune's Keep and all that. And then came this new one, right? And everybody was like, oh my God, this is going to be the best thing ever. And again, they went a completely different direction. And I think the biggest issue with this game is that they're really catering to one side of the operation, to one side of the community. And those are the players that don't mind playing slow, don't mind getting big kills, don't mind buying their loadout, right? And let me tell you guys, it's not a lot of you guys out there like that. As you guys can see by the numbers, they are decreasing by the minute. But those players also loved Warzone 1. That's why they're playing Warzone 2, because they loved Warzone 1. So I think the big mistake they did was fully go to this side of the consumer base. I think it would have been a lot better if they met in the middle, and I think a lot more people would be happier. Because right now they took every single mechanism of movement out. I mean, everything. Everything, bro. Everything. Now with the new update, there is even less buy stations, so you can't even buy. I mean, there's like one in downtown, which is stupid. Again, I don't understand why they did that. Again, they took their first loadout drop off. The TTK is insanely fast, which is completely different from Warzone. This is not Warzone 2.0. This is like if it was Blackout, but named another thing. This is not Warzone 2.0. This Warzone 2.0 should have been Warzone 1, added a couple new things, and no bugs. That's what Warzone 2.0 should have been. This should not be a new game where they have to be retrying. That's why when people say, oh my God, Warzone 1 also had bugs, this, that, so you don't have to give them a chance. Warzone 1 was out for 3 fucking years, right? 3 fucking years. Warzone 2 came out, 2.0. They've been working on it. It should be perfect. Because it should be Warzone 1, the base of that, and then grab it and add new things, right? Improve the graphics, add FOV for console, add things like proximity chat. And yes, if you want to change the gameplay a little bit, all right, maybe, okay, no more slide canceling, right? I give you that. No more canceling the reload, right? If you take the full mag out, you have to fully put the gun in. Maybe a little bit less tactical sprint, right? The stims don't do the boost. But the thing is that they went full mayhem. I think they should have split a couple of the things to keep it right in the middle, where casual players don't want people slide canceling all over the place like goddamn demons, but maybe nerf it a little bit, right? Maybe, all right, you take away the slide canceling, you take away this, that, but you leave running while plating, right? You leave running while plating. You leave that whenever you jump and then you aim, you don't lose ADS speed because you lose significantly. Let's say you leave that. You leave the bunny hopping. But again, you nerf the slide canceling, right? You make the players maybe run a little bit slower. But that's the thing. I think they should have compromised, not fully gone onto one side. And again, why do I say this? Again, Warzone 1 was the most popular game out there. That is what they should have based it on. And I also don't know if the teams don't talk between each other. Like it doesn't seem like they do. Because when Caldera released, it was a shit show. And if you guys didn't know, they kept updating it, right? They made the loadout drop faster. They made the circles go in faster, so the game would last less. Then they added the balloons so you could fly. So they put out this game like Caldera that is significantly slower. The map is huge. It's super boring. Nobody wants to play it. And they know nobody wants to play it. And then they make changes to make Caldera better, right? To make it a little bit faster, get more kills, right? Get your loadout faster because your loadout drops significantly faster. Put the balloons so you can move around. Then the official Call of Duty asked in a Twitter poll, right? The official one, they asked, do you want to increase the TTK in Warzone? And people said yes, they voted. And then they increased the TTK, right? So they were listening to the community, they were making changes. And then this new game comes, and every single thing they changed, listening to their community, they completely disregard. It's just like, are you a fucking retard? Like, honestly, I just want to know what is going on these developers' brains. How do you ask customers what they want and then you give it to them and then you release a new thing and take everything away? They took away movement. They made the game slower. They took away the loadouts, which again, in Caldera at the end, the loadouts dropped significantly faster at the beginning. So why would you make this game where now you don't get a loadout until the end? You made a poll whether you want the TTK to be slower, and people said yes, they wanted longer TTKs. And then you release this new game that has less TTK. It's just like, it's just like, what? I don't understand it, bro. And again, there's people that like it, but at the end of the day, more people like the other changes. And that's why they made those, that's why they were making those changes, for more people to play that. And like I said, you may be one of those players that likes the fast TTK, likes the slower movement and all that, but you also liked the fast movement and you liked the longer TTK because you played Warzone 1. So I think there should be a compromise, go more to the middle, and it just doesn't seem like they're going that way. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I had to say about Warzone's 2.0 future. Let me know what you guys think. Peace out, everybody, and I'll see you all in the next one.